I didn't confess right away. That's the truth I carry now, heavier than I expected. I delayed. I justified. I told myself I was waiting for the right moment, even though I knew. Deep down, there was no version of this that ended cleanly. Every day I waited was its own decision. A quiet one. A step further away from the life I had been living and closer to the one I had already chosen in my head. When my boyfriend finally felt the shift, when the distance between us became too obvious to ignore, I didn't deny it. I didn't fight to keep us. I didn't scramble for explanations or defenses. I just stood there, heart racing, and let the silence do the talking. And somehow, that silence said everything I hadn't been brave enough to admit out loud. He looked at me like he was trying to recognize a stranger wearing a familiar face. Like he was searching for something that used to be there and realizing it had already slipped away. There was pain in his eyes. Yes, but underneath it, something steadier. Acceptance. A calm that hurt more than anger ever could. He asked me one last question, his voice quiet, almost gentle. Is this what you want? I nodded. Aries doesn't lie when the moment demands truth. Not when the truth is unavoidable. Not even when it costs everything you thought you were building. I could have softened it, delayed it, pretended I was still unsure. But I didn't. I chose honesty without comfort, clarity without mercy. He left with dignity. No shouting, no accusations, just the soft click of a door that had once felt like home. Watching him walk away hurt in a deep, grounding way, like losing something irreplaceable, not because it slipped from my hands, but because I consciously let it go. The weight of that choice settled into me slowly. Not as regret exactly, but as responsibility. And still, I didn't turn back. At first, the new man felt like proof. Proof that I'd chosen passion over comfort, desire over routine, honesty over pretending. Being with him openly felt intoxicating, like stepping into sunlight after months of hiding in shadow. I leaned into it hard. The intensity, the hunger, the story I told myself about choosing desire being the bravest thing I'd ever done. I called it freedom. But something was different now. Without secrecy to sharpen it, the fire burned unevenly. What once felt inevitable now took effort. Trust didn't come easily. How could it, when we both knew how this started? Doubts crept in quietly, hesitations in his voice, questions that lingered just a second too long. He didn't look at me the way my ex had. Not with steadiness, not with quiet care, not like something worth protecting even in silence. I noticed, I just didn't stop. Aries hates doubt. We move forward, not inward. We outrun discomfort instead of sitting with it. When things started to feel unstable, I didn't slow down to understand why. I leaned toward the next spark, the next rush, the next distraction that promised to keep the fire alive. That's when I finally saw the pattern. I hadn't just chosen one person over another. I had chosen fire over stillness, motion over reflection, desire over depth. And fire, by nature, is never satisfied. It's always looking for something new to burn. One night, standing alone on a rooftop, city lights flickering like distant stars, I felt it again. That familiar restlessness under my skin. Not regret, not exactly. More like anticipation. The quiet knowing that this too might not last. That when it ended, I'd survive the way I always did. By moving forward. By finding the next thing that made me feel alive. I didn't know who would come next. But be honest, if you were me, standing there with the city glowing and your heart still racing, would you finally stop chasing the fire? Or would you already be wondering where the next spark is coming from?